There you go. I should hear the volume now. On the other platforms, I don't know why it's switching. I should be able to make a default microphone on my device. It looks like it changed for some reason. That's all right. Let's see if I want to cup and handle on AVGO. Yeah, let's start honing in on this. We have under 2 minutes now. So yeah, I mean, I just kind of like this flat top. Yeah, it's kind of a cup and handle, kind of like an inverse head and shoulders looking thing. I mean, if we break 238, I think this could be a really quick trade up to 240, and then all I'd be looking for was a 240 break and probably just start selling. To be honest with you, I don't really have any interest in looking for a massive trade on this. So maybe an opening range break, but to me, I rather just kind of be safe and see if I can get an entry near 238, guys. That's all I'm going to be looking for here. Oh, PLTR, yeah, kind of. I would just kind of say it's consolidating pretty well, and it could, it could kind of break out here again. But anyways, we got about 45 seconds, y'all. So let's be ready. AVGO 240 call for this week. That's all I'm looking for here. Let's keep it simple. Let's be smart. I could either look for a break and retest of 238, or ideally I would like to get in before 238. So there's a little wall sitting there right now. We'll see if that gets bigger. We've got about 10 seconds here. So look, at the end of the day, this is a small size trade. I'm not looking to get in, with a lot of size, be too aggressive. I'm just going to see if I can pick up a nice little trade here on this. Volume's going to be one of the most key things I'm looking for here. So far, pretty strong open here. Decent amount of volume. Yeah, pretty nice volume. Over 300,000 on this. Just broke through pre-market high. Contracts are about $1.50. A little bit of a wide spread on this, which I don't love. Little pullback there. Green or red candle, never my favorite, but that also gives us a high of the day that we could trade around 237 to give us a little bit of a cushion into 238. We'll see if this gets bought back up again or not. Nvidia's trying to push through 132. That was kind of the resistance level yesterday. AVGO a little bit red here. Apple's been one of the strongest ones here. Tesla's selling off. What's Net doing? Net popped right through. Wow, I'm glad I didn't trade Net. That would have really hurt. Net went straight through 175 on the first candle, then broke and just dumped $2 like instantly. All right, looks like AVGO's given up here. I'm gonna definitely need to see a bounce here soon on that. Market's decently strong though, so I mean I'm not super opposed to seeing if this can bounce, but not taking any sort of pullback trade on that by any means. I would try to get in around the high of the day though. That's kind of all I would consider. Yes, the video's moving pretty well. Net, I may just take off my screen. Microsoft pushing here now. What was the other one? Google. I have Google up somewhere. Yeah, Google's still a little far from 180. So just gonna try to be patient here. AVGO is trying to bounce. I want to see us get back above 235 here pretty quickly. So my entry is gonna be right around 237, guys. That's all I'm gonna be looking for. This kind of gives us a chance for these contracts to gain some volume here. Got about 890. So these 240s definitely have the most volume. So we might get a nice little opening range break here that we could trade. Would like to see this pop right through VWAP with some volume, though. Tesla recovered. Nvidia's flying here. That's good to see. Back to 132.5. So if that kind of creeps up on us around 135, we need to be paying attention to it. We're only 2 minutes into the day. What are we? Actually, 3.5 minutes into the day. My clock is off on my computer. Nvidia just skyrocketing here. AVGO is just slowing down. I got to see some volume in this. But regardless, I take this high of the day trade with small size. So you guys need to be sizing accordingly. You take this with a lot of, a big portion of your account. I can't force you to use risk management. Coming up to VWAP here, this is where I want to see some buying, some aggressive buying coming. We're trying to break VWAP or back above 235. What I don't want to see is a rejection and a low of the day. If I see rejection, low of the day, this trade might be over with. This is something that I want to happen early on because you can tell volume already died out. We're already under 100,000 volume. So we got to see some more volume coming to this or we're not going to get this. Nice, Duco. That's great. Yeah, NVIDIA, you could have just bought it anywhere this morning. Still sitting right at VWAP here. Come on. NVIDIA 133. All right. So if this gets above like 133.5, I may just move over to NVIDIA because I mean that's been a side watch for me. We opened up, $4 away from 135. So that to me, that's a much more of an A plus trade than any of these. I've just, I've had to be patient. I haven't really had any great setups. I would like to trade AVGO though, but if we don't get it, we don't get it. Trying to pop over VWAP here. Got to see more volume. If we just have super low volume, just slowly coming up to this high of the day, I won't trade it. I got to see some aggression into the high of the day that I can get in, look for that break of high of the day, look for 238 break, and see if this gets some momentum up to 240. 238 does have a wall. It should bring some volume in. 237 has a tiny wall as well, which should kind of help the momentum there. But keep an eye on the video with me, guys. Above 133.5, I'll probably start switching over to that. Even though, it's a $4 move up to the breakout level. Back, but that's, there's still a gap trade there that I would like to try to take. Still fighting here at VWAP. We haven't totally given up yet, so maybe we can see some buyers start stepping in here. Starting to fall back here on AVGO. That's okay. Not forcing entries, guys. It's either going to give us exactly what we want or we're not going to take this trade. Net selling off, so that's kind of done for, it looks like. I'll move away from net. If we see low a day on AVGO, I'm just going to move on. Probably just go over, watch the video. No reason to lose money here, guys. No reason at all. If it bounces here, it's kind of creating a higher low though, on obviously a very small time frame, but that could help this get going. You can kind of consider this a little downtrend here that we could break, maybe get some more momentum in that. But if we break under a low a day, then under 233, I would consider this probably not happening. As per usual on Thursdays, though, I do have to leave a little bit early. Apple pulling all the way back. Nvidia still holding up really strong, so I'd like to see that. Volume just is gone. There's just no volume here on AVGO. We got NQ really getting pulled back here. SPY just ripped through low of the day, and it's just selling off too. So I hope that doesn't pull back Nvidia too far. But if there's weakness on the market, I'm going to be watching Google around 181, 180, and then maybe Microsoft lows. But other than that, nothing too exciting. Low day there on AVGO. Let's see what Microsoft has in store for us. Looks like the market's really starting to sell off here. We might give back this PPI move this morning. So yesterday's low is 404.37. I would like to trade 405 into that low to see if this wants to start giving up some more. So I'm not totally sold on it yet. Well, Nvidia is actually back at 132 here. So just for the sake of having something ready, yeah, AVGO is done. Nvidia is going to be too far for now. I'm just to have something ready. I'm gonna switch over to the Microsoft 405 puts, just in case I would like to take this trade here. Low of the day is going to be right here on 406.35. These are pretty cheap, honestly. Market's just selling off pretty hard. So remember, Microsoft kind of made a low yesterday and then started running. So I don't want to be too aggressive on this either. But we'll see what happens here. Got a little wall at 406, and we got a decent wall at 405. So to me, that's a positive. Market trying to bounce here, and Microsoft isn't really bouncing as of yet. Microsoft's still coming in here. Part of me wants to take a starter here and see if this opening range break here to the downside could work. But I want to try to be patient because this one caught a bid like crazy yesterday. Still holding under 407. Market is trying to bounce here a little bit. Still holding under 407 here. If the market rolls back over on this, you may see this trade. But I'm honestly just more interested around 405. Not a ton of volume on this right now. Definitely some buying pressure right here. Need to see continued weakness in the market. We did see a bounce in NQ and SPY. Microsoft didn't really do anything. If NQ and SPY can roll over and make new lows on the day, this could definitely slip right through its lows. If you're feeling aggressive, this wouldn't be a terrible early entry, but stop loss would be right over 407 pretty much. So super tight if you're willing to lose. Just haven't really seen them bounce just yet in the market. I mean, it just kind of had a tiny one, but it instantly is starting to kind of give that up again. So I want to see if this could possibly go through. I'm not entered in yet. I would probably take a tiny starter around 406.50. If this candle flips like green to red and just kind of starts slipping down to this low of the day, I would maybe take a really small starter, but then that's just kind of setting us up for a trade down here closer to 405. That's more so where I want this. This is just moving a little slow for my liking here. The video's back up at 132.50. Microsoft's about to break back above 407. Ideally, it can kind of reject here, but it looks like it's going to bounce. Oh, wow. Quickly got rejected there on a nice little sell. That was quick. Market's still bouncing here, and this is holding weak. Would like to see if this could slip right under. Still interested in it, but if the market recovers, Nvidia's back up 132.70, 132.80. There we go. Just bounced again. Okay, good. Patience was good there. Market bounced pretty hard. Nvidia is trying to come up for its high day, but again, I'm not really interested in trading Nvidia um, unless that comes all the way up closer to 135. And maybe we get that tomorrow. I don't know, in the premium stream. Microsoft still really didn't bounce that hard. So if there's a quick pullback, there's still a chance for this, but Tesla just made a new high of the day, trying to go for 350. Microsoft still just kind of sitting flat here. I think if there's one nice pullback on a red candle in the market, if I see some quick weakness on this to the lows, still doesn't look terrible to me. But it's got to get back into like 407 for me to really be interested. Nvidia's kind of pulling back. Market's still bouncing though. This seems to not care as much. Market's starting to reject a little bit here. Telling you, there's something about Microsoft that's still piquing my interest here. If we get futures to roll back to their lows of the day, I think this could really slip up. Trying to get back under 407. It's got bought up there again. Red to green candle. Still just not seeing really a pullback in the market, so it's all good. What else is going on? So Tesla broke 350. There goes Microsoft. Okay, so that's good. A lot of chances to lose some money this morning, guys. Be smart. Nvidia is trying to come up for its high of the day as well. But again, I'm not really interested until, all the way up there at 135. So we still have a lot of room on that. I don't want to try to get into early on a day like today. PLTR, what's that doing? Yeah, PLTR is honestly kind of weak. You should still keep an eye on Microsoft. If it rejects anywhere around here, it's going to create a lower high. And then we still have that kind of that flat bottom there at the lows to trade this back through. Wow, Microsoft just came straight back down. Look at that. Definitely a future dependent candle there. See SPY and NQ pull back. It's just kind of like a little bear flag here on Microsoft. I still have these 405 puts ready to go in case I want to trade this. Futures are starting to come down pretty aggressively. This can get back under 407. Some weak futures here. We see a low a day break. This could slip. It's kind of my only thought process there. A little bit of a bounce from futures. Nvidia is still trying to get back up there. Back under 407 on the bid. Looks like we just need a little bit of continued weakness here from futures. 407 on the bid. Buyers are trying to hold that. Broke under on the bid. We can see that ask break under. This could start slipping. Back above. Futures trying to bounce. Just a lot of chop here. Bounce from futures. You see Microsoft bounce. This is definitely future dependent today. AVGO just dropped off a cliff. Nice rejection there on Microsoft, rejection on futures as well. One volume candle here through this low, and this may really start giving up here. It's something about this chart I like. Just waiting for a kind of a volume candle down here to this low of the day. Starting to slip up a little bit. If we can get one more rip to these lows on futures, we're kind of right at a little, kind of have a little bear flag on NQ. So if all this can line up, it'd be good. Still under 407. Got about 3 seconds on this to close under. They got it right back above. Still just seems weak. Yeah, there's just a lot of news this week, so a lot of people want to like trade as hard as they can, and that's where you get screwed. A lot of like of the good traders that I know, they won't even trade on news weeks. They'll just kind of take the week off. So a little bounce there in futures. Microsoft not super affected by it, but it looks like to even get this trade, we're gonna need another sell off on futures now. So new low there, starting to speed up. If I take this, guys, it's gonna be really, really small. And honestly, it's more of like a starter position here at this low and try to trade it around 405. But right now, it's honestly not moving that great. I just don't really see anything else that looks tradable at the moment until we see Nvidia higher. NQ kind of pulling back, SPY trying to pull back, and Microsoft tries to bounce. All right, well, I'm probably gonna just move on from this if we get above VWAP. I want to keep trying to force this one here. Yeah, yeah. I mean, Sir Sleep. I mean, speaking of your name as well, maybe so. I'd probably be, if I wasn't having a stream, I'd probably be done already. Let's try to be patient here. Try to be patient. Back above VWAP there on Microsoft. See, what does NVIDIA look like here? NVIDIA still seems like it wants to make some sort of breakout happen. NVIDIA might pop off. I don't know. I never want to get in the spot where I'm just like randomly looking for things here. It's not what you want to do. See, high of the day, 133.20. It's kind of coiling up here for a move. I mean, I hate to even say it, but I'm gonna get the 135 calls in NVIDIA loaded up here in case this wants to make some sort of crazy high of the day break. Just to see what happens if I scalp it with one or two contracts. I scalp with one or two contracts. Yeah, it's definitely kind of a pattern. That's the only reason why it's kind of piquing my interest here at all. Especially if the market kind of starts trying to break out for its highs. Looks like this is about to go. Wow. 133.10. Still pushing. This is kind of where you want to see it take out that high of the day and just start flying up for 135. That's kind of the only thing I'd be looking for here. New high coming in. New high in the day. Wow, there it goes. This could just go for it. Jeez, man. Market's pushing with it too. 134 is up here. Wow. Did anyone try that? You wonder why it piqued my interest when it did something like that. Nice. I accidentally had the next week calls loaded up. There's been something going on with my option chain. It's just been making me mad. I don't know why it's doing this, but this looks really good. 133 to 178. Nice, guys. I'm glad y'all took that. I was trying to fix my freaking option chain and it didn't work. It keeps putting the February 21 options in front of me and not the same days. Here we go. New high coming in here. Let's see. 130. Yeah, nice, Zuma. That's what I wanted to trade. 134 does have a wall, guys. So for anyone that's still in, I only grabbed one contract and then I tried to switch it. So I didn't really get to signal that. It was I was trying to switch. So my apologies, but I'm gonna just hold this one for the 134 break. Can everyone kind of see why I this piqued my interest here? Can everyone kind of see this pattern? If anyone doesn't have an idea on that, please ask. This isn't really a dip to buy right now, Wyatt. Maybe something down around like 133.30. Man, my freaking option chain is just not working. I don't know what's going on. This is making me mad. Yeah, those 135s. You got them at 90, Zuma. They're freaking 130. Oh, wow. 134 just broke. Jeez. Drop the Y. Well, so, if you guys know your patterns, or you can look up just basic chart patterns here, this is kind of like a wedge, right? You see price kind of coiling up here, up near its high of the day, knowing that 135 is definitely going to be a level of interest for a lot of people. So, you got the initial move, kind of pulled back into VWAP, bounced back up, just got real tight, real tight, real tight. And when I see that, to me, that's like, this is right when things are about to break. Yeah, flag wedge. It's kind of the same thing. It's really just a compression of price before what could be a bigger move. So it's like buyers and sellers are fighting so hard that they're fighting over such a small price, and then boom, one side gets squeezed out. Yeah, and that's exactly what you see here. Volume spike. I mean, that was a perfect little scalp for a day trade there. And my damn contracts just are not working. I don't know what's going on. It's been an issue for all week. So regardless, that wasn't a terrible trade. I'm not mad at that at all. AVGO on the rise. Let's see, where is that? Yeah, it's trying to get back up there. I think honestly, even if the video just hangs out here today, guys, tomorrow at live trading, we'll get this 135 break into the weekend, and things should be good. We'll start the week with the video and end the week with the video. So don't get beaten up right now on these little tiny trades that don't make sense. Try to just stay disciplined here. Netflix again, did that really? Yeah, I mean, it's just weird. It's like these slow grind highs higher and higher and higher. Um, what else we got going? I'm gonna sell that one contract here on this new high. Yeah, I agree, Gio. I agree. New high, barely kind of failed that. Market looks like it's gonna pull back. I'm gonna go ahead and just get out right now. I'm mad at that. Yeah, he's talking about NVIDIA. So ideally, we don't see a 135 break here, guys, late morning. But regardless, there's still a gap trade above 135. So Even buying like next week 135 calls and just seeing if you can let this one ride wouldn't be a terrible idea. But I don't know. It's not really something I want to do. Wow, the market just oh wow, the market just squeezed at 10:02, 10:03 here. Look at that. NQ and SPY ripping here. I might bring Nvidia through 135. Wow. I really don't want to see a 135 break today, guys. It would be so ideal if this could just hang out, even pull back into 133s and just sit there. Um, because this off the open tomorrow would be great. And we're only 30 minutes into the day, so this could easily just go through and break it. But cross your fingers because if we can get this trade tomorrow, it's going to be money. Yeah, Tesla rip. The video was, I mean, we were on that trade. I'm glad I caught it. At least talked about it right before the rip, so you guys can notice kind of how to find those before it happens. Nice nuclear, right? Good. Little pullback here as expected, which is totally fine, I think. That's good. A good trailing stop on that was smart. This to me is kind of more of a bounce spot here, but we'll just have to see. I really don't want to see this thing just run. I mean, right now the behavior of it, I'm gonna guess it's just gonna continue just to run probably the rest of the day. Nice, Fergie. Great job, guys. I know that wasn't like a clear signal, but I was having some technical problems here. But that was pretty self-explanatory what to look for. Kind of a break the high of the day, and it just popped. If you guys don't understand that, the longer you're here, the more you're gonna notice like these are pretty easy to spot once you kind of get a couple of them to happen in front of you. Um, nice, Stick Man. Good job, guys. So stick around. Also, my coaching lesson is tonight. So if you free guys that are interested in the coaching side of things, we can go over this trade a lot more in depth. Um, so if you guys would like that, I'll drop the link in here as well. But that's where I'm going to spend most. That's where I spend most of my time day to day is with those people. You're in it, right? Yeah, KSI, you're in it. Nice. So I don't know if this is gonna be your first lesson or not tonight, but I'll see you there. Yeah, on the real side. What do you mean, KSI? Oh, nice. That's good to know. We did trade NVIDIA. Interactive brokers give me some problems though, which I don't love. But big pullback there on the market. Wow. I gotta leave here in about 5 or so minutes, guys, because I gotta drive all the way into class that starts here in about 30 minutes, 30, 45 minutes. That's good, KSI. The more you watch, the more you're gonna learn. That's good. That's good. That's good. Looks like the market's trying to bounce here. Yeah, before I head out, any of the premium trial people, do you have questions that I can answer really quickly? So, again, just like we saw this kind of flag pattern back here, when I leave, if this hasn't broken yet, watch and see if this kind of bull flag looking pattern here can break. That's just kind of something else for y'all to watch for some practice. Well, I don't see any questions from you guys, so if there's any tickers, throw them in here. If not, I probably got to get going here. Oh, great. 36 and windy and rain. Yeah, everything will probably typically, after the first, 45 minutes to an hour, surge sleep after the market open, things tend to just kind of slow down. So that's why for my style of trading, I like to just kind of be in and out and move on. Heck yeah. All right, guys. Well, be smart. I'll have my phone with me today so I can answer questions, but I will be gone. I'll be away from my desk most of the day. So just FYI. Good, sir. Sleep. Trailing stops are smart. All right, y'all. I gotta get out of here. Y'all have a good one. If you need me, just you gotta at me in the chat so I can get a notification. Other than that, have a good day, coaching students. I'll see you guys tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern time. For anyone that's interested in joining that, just shoot me a DM and I'll get you set up. Later, guys.